Hey guys, welcome back. Echo right here, bringing you episode number 2 of my NFL Saturday series. And this is actually the third time I've recorded this. I've tried to record this the other times. I listened to it back, and some of the stats, some of the facts I'm stating here aren't correct. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm asleep here. It's like 2 in the morning, and they're not correct. So let's see if I can get this right this time. We're going to talk about a couple games, but then also some playoff scenarios that are taking place this week. So we're going to go with Buffalo, New England, Baltimore, Cincinnati. Those two are kind of going to be together because there's playoff scenarios that directly relate to those games. Then we're going to go Philadelphia, Dallas, and Chicago, Green Bay. But we'll start off with the first two. The Buffalo, New England, Baltimore, Cincinnati. If New England wins against Buffalo, which I really think they're going to, not just because I'm a fan, I really think they're going to, they automatically lock up that number 2 seed. Unless Denver loses, then they lock up the number 1 seed. If Cincinnati wins and New England loses, then Cincinnati locks up that 2 spot guaranteed. They can't move up to number 1, but they lock up that number 2 spot. If New England, Cincinnati, they both lose, the Colts have an outside chance to get to the number 2 seed if the Colts win against Jacksonville. That was a game I didn't write down, but I thought I'd throw that in there because the Colts do have an outside chance to get to the number 2 spot. So the only 2 teams that have a chance at number 1 are the Patriots and Broncos, but New England, Cincinnati, and the Colts have a chance at number 2. Baltimore can make the playoffs if they beat Cincinnati and the Dolphins and Chargers lose. So that's a possibility. I mean, the Dolphins and Chargers, they can very well lose their games, and Baltimore can beat Cincinnati. They are a decent team. There's not too much more in the AFC to talk about. I mean, there's the Ravens, Chargers, and Steelers. They all have a chance to make the playoffs as well, but I'm not going to get into that just because I don't think it's worth mentioning. If they make the playoffs, they make the playoffs, but it's a real outside chance those teams make the playoffs. I thought I'd talk about the Ravens though, because they are playing Cincinnati, who we were talking about. So moving on, we'll go Philadelphia, Dallas next, and that's just a straight-up NFC East winner takes all game. I think Philadelphia's going to take that one because their offense has been rolling lately with LaShawn McCoy and Deshaun Jackson. Nick Foles has played great this year. He's really managed to not turn the ball over, which is huge. And Dallas just doesn't have a starting quarterback right now. Theirs is hurt, and they got John Kitna coming out of retirement, and they got Kyle Orton, who, he's a super average quarterback at best. So I really think Philadelphia's going to win that game. Dallas really hasn't shown me anything to say that they're going to win this game, especially now that Romo's out. So that brings me to the Chicago-Green Bay game. I think Chicago has a chance at this game, but I'm going to go with Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers is back, and you can't argue that. Aaron Rodgers he leaves, he gets hurt, that team falls to pieces, and he's coming back, and I really think he's going to be what they need to get back into playoff contention. I think he's going to bring him into the playoffs this week with a win. And if Eddie Lacy can do what he's been doing in the run game, I think they're going to win because Chicago's given up 11 100-yard rushers this season, and that's just terrible. So I think my pick is Green Bay for this one, just because of what they can do in the run game, and obviously Aaron Rodgers is back. So that's it for this one, guys. It was kind of a quick sprint through the playoff scenarios and kind of a few games that I wanted to talk about. But if you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more. There will be Battlefield 4 hopefully tomorrow. I'm working on that color correction. It was way too dark today. I apologize for that. I watched a video and I copied what he did, but I'll work on it. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.